Hi folks, here we are again. Got some more DAW books to show you today. Science fiction paperbacks. Anybody who's been watching the channel recently will know that this is my latest passion because I loved these books back in the day. Basically, it's a set of books that came out, well, began in the early 70s, 1972. And they were produced by a publisher called DAW, D-A-W, which was the initials of Donald A. Wollheim, who was a well-known editor around about that time. And I particularly like them for aesthetic reasons, really. I mean, they've got lovely covers. They've all got these lovely yellow spines, and although not the greatest novels you'll ever come across, there was just something, and they're also numbered, which is great for us collectors. Just something about them that I really like. So yeah, I've got another 30, I think it is, that I bought from a dealer that somebody put me onto. Now these are not quite in the exquisite condition that the last lot were in that I showed you, but they were on average about £5 each, whereas these were only £2 each, which is very, very cheap for DAW books these days. As I say, they're not top quality, but they're certainly acceptable as a for collecting. So, right, I'll jump straight into it. So as not to make the video too long. Usually it's a bit glum outside, but I can see the sun breaking through, so hopefully you'll be able to see me. Right, so I'll do them in number order. Now this is the earliest one I got. I'm trying to get the first 100 together because they're the ones that I remember. Anyway, there's number 24, The City Machine by Louis Trimble. There again, most of these are actually first printing, so that's a great thing in their favour. That's got art by Kelly Freese, who was one of my favourite artists of the old era. Right, there's number 46, King of Argent, John Philiphant. Quite a nice cover. And this is just a duplicate. I already have this one when I've showed it to you, but this has actually got the number on rather than the later printing, which has got this number on up here. I like to have the number there wherever possible, and that one's in better condition than the one I have. Right, so 78, Beanstalk by John Rackham, and again with a nice Kelly Freese cover there. So the artwork on these were lovely, and these nice yellow spines. The only problem with the yellow spines is if you left them in the sun or anything, they would go a horrible grey colour. I mean, I've got a couple here that are not quite yellow, but they're certainly not as bad as some I've seen with these. As I say, they go this horrible grey. Not nice at all. That's an example of one that's slightly faded, but it's not too bad. That's Roger Selazny's To Die in Italbar. I already have a copy of that in another publisher's, but that one will go The Journey, and I shall keep this one. Lovely cover. Right, now we move on to some fantasy. Heritage of Hastur. As you can see, there's got a little dink in the front cover there, but by and large they're in fairly decent shape. Nice yellow spine. It's a dark over novel. There are a load of there are a load of dark over novels. One being an early one. This one's in nice shape, as I say. £2 each. I was quite happy. I think that's George Barr, an artist called George Barr. Strangely enough, these ones between 100 and 200 are the ones I'm finding more difficult to find. Okay. Right, this is of course the long running series. DAW Books did one of these annually, and they ran for a few years, so as you can imagine, there's quite a few of these DAW Books. They all have this similar type of cover with the artwork in the middle. I don't like that, I prefer the full page artwork, but yeah. John Norman, Time Slave. Right, we move into this is the back end of this is 182. Lovely cover, that one. George Barr again, as you can see on the cover there. Minikins of Yam, strange title. I'm not a big fantasy reader myself, but yeah, that's a very nice example of a nice DAW book with a nice cover. Right, then we have 195. I think that's Josh Kirby. I'll just check that one. Another one of my favourite artists. Yep, Josh Kirby. Oh, there in Albion. Right, then we move into the 200s. It's 216. Wallace, The World Asunder. So a nice yellow spine, which is great. Yeah, it's well-known author Gordon Dixon, Naked to the Stars. And again, I don't know why they started to do this with massive names and what have you. But I mean, the artwork's, confined to about a quarter of the cover there, which is a shame. Shame for the artist. And there we have Michael Bishop, Between Me, The Shattered Moons. .246, and then we have the Warlord of Gandor. So you can see where the sun's faded that, and then it's faded that. You can see a slight trace of the yellow through there, but if they get any worse than that, I tend to try not to collect them. Right, another prolific DAW authoress, Jo Clayton Ilsud. And one of my favourite artists, Don Mates. Come on, in orbit, lovely cover, that one. He did quite a lot of DAW books around about the 300-400, so I'm anxious to get those because I love his artwork. Okay, and right, these are the ones that I'm trying to get, the Jack Vance ones, because some of the Jack Vance titles are fairly pricey these days. But so I've got a couple here for £2, which I'm very happy about. Spine's not too bad condition, not too bad. And the other one we got was the Don Mates cover. That's for Space Opera. Interesting cover. So it's got a nice yellow spine, so always happy to get the Jack Vances. Right, Don Mates again. Where are we now? I'm back at near the back end of the 300s. By the way, these, I mentioned it before, but these yellow spines went on to issue 580, publication 580, and then they just went to an ordinary spine, so I'm only interested in collecting the ones up to number 580. And yeah, another Don Mates. Lovely artwork. It's a foreign novel, translated. Very nice, Green Gods. And yeah, I'm familiar with this series of Wizard in Bedlam. I think I've got another one by him in a different publication, different publishers. Again, nice yellow spine. Okay, that's the ideal colour you want. That is, you know, sort of as it was when it was brand new. Anyway, that'll be a Ken Kelly cover by the look of it. And he was a Frank Frazetta copier, if you like. Let's say Frank Frazetta was his template. Quite a few artists, of course, copied Frank Frazetta's style. Right, there we go. These horror ones tend to be, for some reason, these DAW books, the horror ones tend to be more pricey than some of the rest. There's a series called The Year's Best Horror Stories. Quite a few of them. I think I've got one of them. But I was quoted a price from the guy who I've been buying stuff for, and some of these were about 12 quid, one of them 18 quid. So, you know, it gives you an idea of how much DAW books are sort of like increasing in price. Right, nice colour. Again, we're sort of in the fantasy swords and sorcery realm here. And went into the 400s. But a nice cover nevertheless. And a nice bright yellow spine. Right, here we have our friend Joe Clayton again. And Gather. Nice cover, looks like another Ken Kelly. And again, that's got a bit of fading, but you can see it's remnants of the colour that it used to be. Right, there we go. Interesting colour. Yeah, we're into the 500s now, so this is towards the back end of the yellow spines. And still got a pro sticker on it. I'll have to try and do something about that. Not the greatest cover I've ever seen, but it's nice condition. So its original price was £1.85 back in the day, and only cost me 15p more than that, which I'm quite happy about. Right, here's our friend Joe Clayton again, and Scatter this time. More Ken Kelly. Second novel of the Jewel of Sorcery. So yeah, a lot of these later ones were all fantasy. Say not really my cup of tea, but they are yellow spine doors, so I should be collecting them. Oh, she's popular. Ghost Hunt, novel of the Diadem. There were quite a few of these, I believe. Strange how they got Ken Kelly to illustrate most of her books. Just a coincidence, but yeah, 529. And then the last couple, this is a few issues where the DAW banner on the front there went to white for some reason, and as you can see, it's embossed. Yep, there you go. number 540, and then last but not least we have 556, signed Jen Novel, whatever that was. Yeah, anyway, so that was that little haul, which I was quite happy about, as I say, at the price. So I think I have about, of the 580 yellow spines, I have about 220 now, so I've still got a fair ways to go. I mean, another 70 and I'm at exactly halfway. It's a bit of a daunting prospect, but it's the thrill of the chase, as us collectors say. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please do comment more if you can, and please share if it's at all possible. More viewers we get, the merrier. So I shall be back in the not too distant future with the other science fiction pickups that I've made from charity shops and etc. So yeah, okay, thanks for watching. I won't ramble on any longer, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye bye now.